Little Sunday evening for Mondays. That's a star. That's a star. Only see two so far. But there's the color we got for the sunset. It really didn't look any better when the sun was going down either, but there it is. I thought of something this morning while I was feeding these guys. I only put hay in there if it needs it. Opened that bale last night. They got one good forkful each. A lot of people think that we don't need to feed a whole lot of feed here because, mild temperatures most of the year. You go back a month where our low was, say, 38 and our high was 50 and we were 99% humidity all the time. And it was always sopping wet. These guys were going through, between these two, they were going through just over one bale a day. Those are 85-pound bales. I'm not putting any hay, well, I'll put a little in for him. I'm not putting any in for him. His feeder's still full. He's, picked through it, but being colder, gets a little drier. And when they're out there, even when they're in here, from probably about there on, that's all crusted over the top. They don't sink in. They're not wet-legged. They stay dry. They stay warm. They don't need it. And I'll show you what the cows looks like. I did have to feed a bale yesterday to the 2-year-olds, which actually, it should have been 2 days ago they should have gotten it. But I'll bring you back. I don't remember what day it was, but like I told everybody, that's one of those overripe oat bales. And I figured they were either going to totally demolish it or scatter it. They really haven't scattered it too bad. They haven't worked on it too hard either. Yeah, that may end up getting pushed out in the manure, and who knows. But these other two, this was a good grass bale. Well, the best I could get to, into an almost empty feeder. I think it was where it says Balin Country on it there. That's about how deep it was, leveled off inside. Maybe a little higher. This was a not so good grass bale into a totally empty feeder. I know it was at least 2 days ago. I want to say it was Friday. I could be wrong. But I've dumped these in here. They shouldn't, with the weather we had, say, a month ago, they wouldn't have made it to today. All 3 feeders would be empty. And there you have it. I mean, that one's got a full bale in it. And between the two of these, there's another full bale. So that's how much less, spin you around, that's how much less they are eating. 90% of that is simply because they are dry. They are not wet. They are not walking through stuff and sinking to their knees. And they don't have to go in very far. Many people think, oh my God, they're in the snow belly deep. Snow's an insulator. They're dry underneath that. As long as it's frozen, they're dry. Even this morning, it's 91% humidity, but we're 24 degrees. So it's frozen humidity. It's screwing my sinuses up, but it's not that bad. I mean, my hands are as warm now as they are feeding on a 40-degree day when it's wetter than hell. That's just my sinuses. My eyeballs are telling me different. Anyway, that's what I wanted to bring up. Maybe I'll remember to put that in the title tonight. By the time I put videos up, I forget what the hell I've videoed. Sometimes I go back and look at them before I edit. But usually, I don't take time. Anyway, puppies go to the vet today, get their nards knocked off, and get their dew claws knocked off. And yes, we prefer to take their dew claws off because we've had too many that didn't get done, and then your emergency surgery to sew their leg back together because they caught it on something that ripped it clear up to their armpit. Whole lot cheaper to do it now. And of course, these two ladies in here, or shall I say the one sweetheart and the one bitch, unless you're from far north or way far south like Murphy, and they would say see you in the Northern Territories, because that bigger one is I can't even sneak in there. If I even came in this gate and walked across here, she'd run me over to get outside. That's why she was already on the list to go. It's just a good thing she was open. Not quite one of those I would have paid the vet to tell me that she was open, but close. Just went down. Balin is dead. Right there, most of the drive. Barking, yipping.
I don't want to go to the vet.
I turn the video on, and he disappears. Little bastard.
He doesn't want to go to the vet.
They don't want to go. We tried putting him in through the back. That didn't work. Didn't get it shut because they all came right back out. They have leashes on too, by the way. So Becky put that seat down, and we came inside and put the seat back up, and that's how we're going to get them out.
Yes, getting their dew claws and their nuts removed today.
But all of a sudden, now that we're videoing, they're quiet. I see one poking his head
like
up.
Blakely, talking.
Yeah, like Blakely. She'll talk like crazy, turn the camera on, and she shuts up.
Why are Mexicans sleeping in that car right there?
Why are Mexicans sleeping in the car right there? Because they're headed for the border and they haven't got very far yet.
They're going the wrong direction for the border of Mexico.
Yeah, but that's where the white spot in the road is on that side.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Who knows?
Asking for a friend.
Anyway, we are, not even a mile from the summit. Go down the other side and get to the vets. And I'm glad they finally got quiet.
So you guys will be hearing more of this trip if they start barking again.
Yeah, if they start barking, I'll turn it back on. They're laying a lot of chemtrails this morning too. Not as bad as it could be.
They were the other day horribly.
Just keep doing it. Wonder why people get sick. I don't know. Wonder why Mother Nature's screwed up and being the way she is too. Don't mess with it. The yipping started about half a mile after I shut the camera off.
Ask yourself, someone wants to buy it here.
I'd flip you around, but you get kind of a look. I wouldn't want a house through here. It's like straight down over there.
Some people like cliffs.
Yeah. Some people want to see how much it takes for them to fall down. You stay back there, bud.
Good to see you, Dad. I just want to cuddle.
Yeah, he's thinking about it.
You didn't feed me this morning, and I got no water.
They're pissed. They're hungry.
You would think that they're starving all the time.
They starve to death.
Yeah.
I have found it. We bumped them up on the food a couple of times. When you bump them up on the food, it's nasty out the other end. So we cut them back down, and then they're normal.
They're abused and not loved at all.
So I'd rather have them be normal than.
But when they're gone today, I'm getting out the big guns of vacuum cleaners, and I'm going to vacuum all of the hair up in my freaking house.
She needs a 50-gallon shop vac to hold half of it.
God. You can vacuum every 5 minutes, and it still looks like you haven't fucking touched it. They'll be gone most of the day today.
Healers, the one dog that you can make 50 dogs out of every other day just with this shit. Anyway, I may turn you around and show you some sunrise here in a minute. There's a look to the west where the sun is hitting. That's North Valley is what they call that. North edge of Newburgh. And
another house for sale if you want in. It's at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah, that's what's at the bottom of the hill. It's straight down behind it.
Can't be my neighbor 10 miles away.
The sun is trying. I did see it through the trees up there, but there was no way to get it on video.
Your side of the road, dude.
So.
And we're going to go past Ed's uncle's house in just a minute.
Yeah. I suppose I'm long enough for that.
What?
I can keep on long enough for that. I probably could have paused it for the
sale if anybody's interested.
He used to live out that way out of town at the bottom of one of the other hills.
In a McMansion.
Before that, he lived in Tigard. That's where he grew up. And my aunt died, what, 3 years ago now?
Yeah.
My dad's youngest sister.
There's only one, the oldest daughter.
Only one left of the bunch is
Mona.
Mona, Dad's oldest sister.
And she's in her 90s.
Yeah, she's like,
turned 90, but she still drives herself to Montana and back. The woman is very spry and active. She donates her time to the local charity every couple days. Yeah, she is out and about and does her thing, gets around well, drives well, has all her faculties. Yes.
We haven't seen her since Mom passed away.
But since your dad passed, we haven't been that close to that side of the family. But we love them.
She comes out and gets a little hamburger.
What are we doing?
Gotta love people that have no idea where they're at with their electric car.
It was me. Okay.
Becky and I just got home and look who's here. Freeze your little butt off.
You said hi?
Hey. And say good morning.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Blue's over there taking a leak, huh?
Oh.
Those puppies were more than a handful when we got down there. Balin and Bandit wouldn't quit whining and howling. But hey, they took him back. And I grabbed me some keys and fired a truck up. And it kind of sounds like they're waiting for a couple of cows to butcher, so I got to get them in. Finally getting some ordering done. This morning was a full morning. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier or not. On the way back from dropping the pups off, got a phone call from the butcher, and he says, "Hey, you're bringing them in today?" "Yeah." "Okay, I didn't know if they were already here or not, because they don't know. They're up front. Everything else is out in back." And he said, "You can do it next week." Because I told him we were, just drop pups off at the vet and run our way. Well, he apparently thought that, that meant our day was kind of full. And I said, we plan on getting them in there. I said, we should be there by 10 o'clock. We were unloaded and then went around front to talk to them, because we do that once in a while. We're in up front talking to them at 10:02. They didn't load too bad. The one was definitely a bitch. And anyway, got that done. Becky, Blakely, and Brooke all went with me. And I didn't know what these guys had for water. He had enough. I'm filling it anyway. Got home and the cow's water was still almost half full. So there's another thing. They don't drink as much sometimes when it's cold. Sometimes. But anyway, get this done, because about the time I usually feed is about when we're going to be down getting the pups. Hopefully that's all gone well. Haven't heard anything, so that's good, right? And these guys look so small, especially that one. Especially when you compare them to those guys. Oh well, I'm working my way. He drips over there once in a while, but I think it's because he takes a drink and then he's moving his head, and I'm seeing the drips at the shortened up part of the trough. That trough is busted up, the top's busted up, but I can feel it almost full. Anybody want some bikes? Still got to do something with these one of these days too. Neither one of those will run. That one of the front brakes is locked up. Both of them have brand new tires on them. And I never did get the parts fixed to put back in this, so there's not much of an engine. That one will run, just got to pull the plug and burn it off and get it to start. Pain in the ass. But anyway, there, I'll give you almost 3 minutes of me standing here twiddling my thumbs. And there's a couple of the geese anyway. I see 2. I don't know where the rest are. Jeez, I'm over here finishing the water for the 2-year-olds, and Becky drops her down here. Hi. Not going to say hi, just going to smile and turn your head. Brooke is behind me over throwing hay out to the yearlings. And I'm working my way because Ruby's trough is still plenty full, but the yearlings' troughs are down and I didn't touch them yesterday, so go fill them up. Just wait for this one. The way I got the hose tied in out. You're right, your mama's over there. The way I ended up tying that hose, I can't turn it all the way on her. It just makes a freaking huge psh everywhere. So it's only about half on. What? Yeah? The cows are out there? I was going to get some video of you out there, because that's where Oma took you first, was out to the gate to see the cows. And most of them are enjoying outside in the sun because it's freeze-dried and sun-dried enough out there. They're not laying in the muck. Huh. And she brings you out here, no shoes, pant legs pulled way up. But it is like 46 degrees. And she's out of the wind. The freaking east wind goes right through my coat without any problem. Well, look at that. And I'm done. Look like that. I offset it just so I can get weld on both sides of those collars. On the first ones I did. Wait a minute, I got it over here. I know I got it over here. I brought it over here to look at it. What the hell did I do with it? Yeah, I'm losing my mind. Because I got 2 of these. Oh, there it is. On this, obviously with the threads I couldn't weld the bottom, just the top. I mean, is there way too much weld? Yes. Will it work? Yes. So, that's how those are going to be, except I'm going to cut that other, I have to get more of these, but cut the other one down that I have. So I can get one together. There's the 3 other floats we got. Guess why? Well, here's one bracket. There's the start of one, and I got enough there to finish one. And that doesn't cover all the troughs, but there's how much I take out of it. So that it'll fit on the baling troughs. That's the only reason for getting those instead of a regular C-clamp. Regular C-clamp fits fine on the Rubbermaids, and that would fit fine, should fit fine on a metal trough too. Should. Don't know, we don't have any metal troughs anymore. And it's about time to go feed. I get done feeding, and we'll be down to get the pups. I may or may not be able to get that on video tonight. We will see. But I'm going to cut this one out. I cut it about where my fingernail is there. Make multiple cuts and work your way across. And, last time we bought discs, we ended up getting the Bauer discs, cutoff wheel. So it doesn't say it on the disc, on the cut discs. On those, it says they last twice as long. Well, yeah, only because they put twice the glue in, and you don't get half the flat disc through. I mean, I haven't hardly worn that at all, and it's all glazed with the glue. The only way to do anything is you got to really hog on it. You don't take much, so I'm not happy with those. But that'd be why they last twice as long. Let's see. Yep. I don't dare touch the paddle on this because it's plugged in. 2X Life. 2X Life of what? I don't know. Not really happy about those. I was kind of stoked because it's like, oh yeah, let's see. They'll last a little longer maybe. No. She stole my bucket.
Oh, it's got to go to the barn.
We used that for something, packing tools or something, and I kicked it out of the shop the other day. been sitting by the door. Needs to come out and get cleaned up so we can use it for grain. And maybe she's going to go feed for me. I didn't end up cutting another piece yet. Get her to feed, and then I can just go in the house where it's warm, chill out.
In the barn?
I don't know if we can see them or not.
I see them.
We will zoom in. Oh, they're on the edge of the shadow of the tree. There's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, sit right there for
There's at least 4 deer up there. But they're all, where's my finger? They're all right along the shadow of that tree, and they're not showing up on the video, I don't think. Oh well. Now she's mad. Her mama took her away from the bucket.
You did good. Well, come give Grandpa love these and tell him.